Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Tasya Zahrani from English Literature Class A, University of North Sumatra. On this occasion, I will explain about analysis of the forensic linguistic study, namely a buzz of Instagram second personal account in today's youth people. Introduction. People have been able to simply communicate all types of thoughts and feelings using the comments function provided on their social media accounts since the advent of social media in the digital world until now. Unfortunately, community attitude, particularly among teens, has not yet developed a strong feeling of empathy with utilizing social media accounts. Hate speech in the form of cyberbullying in social media has been proven to, to be problematic and requires more attention. The general people must be aware of hate speech expression in order to monitor and prevent hate speech from being channeled in the future. This research focused on forensic linguistics, one of which is about hate speech. Forensic linguistics is the application of linguistic knowledge, methods, and insight to the forensic context of law, language, crime investigation, trial, and judicial procedure. In this case, the research is interested in hate speech committed by today's youth. Next, material and method. Forensic linguistics was first used by Professor Jens Partwig in his book entitled The Event Statement, A Case for Forensic Linguistics. Forensic linguists are most often called upon to help courts answer one or both of two questions. What does a particular text say and who is the author? In answering this question, linguists draw on knowledge and techniques derived from one or more of the subfields of descriptive linguistics, phonetics and phonology, syntactics, semantic, pragmatic, discourse, and text analysis. In this study, it is the pragmatic aspect that is analyzed in terms of hate speech uttered by second account user. According to sociology, hate speech is an act of speaking that attacks the honor of another party, such as verbal insult, minor insult, slanderous accusation, and various other forms. In relation to the spread of hate speech, due to the high use of social media in Indonesia, there is a law aimed at controlling this condition. His field of study has entered the study of forensic linguistics. The development of forensic linguistics is partly because this field is an approach to studying the use of language. This contains insult or is legally prohibited. The method applied in this study is qualitative descriptive, which describes the abuse of the second account with the target of teenager age 14 to 20 years, which began with conducting a survey in the form of filling out a Google form to get answer to questions such as whether to have more than one account, the purpose of creation of a second account, as well as whether you have ever found or ever made hate speech in the use of second account. After getting the answer from the survey, hate speech is then analyzed using pragmatic aspect, namely the types of illocutionary speech act with hate speech in the form of ridicule and bullying to get a conclusion whether there is indeed an abuse of the second account. Instagram account is in terms of forensic linguistic study. Next, result and discussion. The study resulted in a survey that proved that of the 35 respondents who fill out the Google form, 24 teenagers had a second account on their Instagram, and 11 of them only had one Instagram account. As many as 13% admit that having a second account aims as a space to express their stupid things only with their closest friends so they don't get bullied. Almost of the respondents have found hate speech and even made hate speech using their second account. The hate speech found by respondents is a form of speech that contains ridicule and bullying. Leach suggests that indirect speech acts are divided into three types based on the action behind the speech, namely locutionary speech act, illocutionary act, and prolocutionary act. Furthermore, expressive illocutionary speech act can be classified into seven functions, namely thanking, apologizing or pardoning, congratulating, blaming, praising, and hate and grief or condoling. The study, the expressive illocutionary speech act of hate dominates because the focus of the discussion is on hate speech. Next result data. As you can see, there are four data. Data 1. Even the monkey is prettier than her. This respondent unfound the sentence in the comments of his friend's account, but this account is second account. The sentence contains an element of ridicule by analogizing someone with a monkey, which has a negative connotation. Next, data 2. You're ugly. Respondent said the sentence using his second account with the intention of not being known by his target reader. The speech act in the sentence contains an expressive meaning of ridicule, which refers to the face or appearance of the person who is the respondent commenting on. Next, data 3. Just kill yourself already. This respondent unfound the sentence that was uttered by someone using his second account in one of the comments on his Instagram account. The expressive speech act in the sentence contains an element of bullying, which does not respect the value of one's life. The last one, data 4. Go to hell. This respondent typed the sentence in the comment column of the celebrity account using his second account with the aim of not knowing his identity. The speech act in this expression is leading to bullying, which has a negative connotation because it tells someone to go to hell, where hell is a place for people who are sinners according to certain belief. Next, conclusion. From the result of this study, it can be concluded that in fact there are indeed several goals for teenagers in using their second account, such as a space to share their stupid things without being judged by their followers, as a function of privacy, interest in things that might be if others judge them to be, just to follow and monitor the activities of people they like, even to make comments on certain accounts without their identity being known. Most of these teenagers filled out Google Forms aged 17 years, namely 24% and 11% had only one second account on Instagram. The rest had two or more second Instagram accounts. As many as 38% admit that having a second account aims as a space to express their stupid things only with their close friends so they don't get bullied. Almost of the respondents have found hate speech and even made hate speech use their second account. I think that's all of my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.